Hi everyone, welcome back to part 4 of the Book One Cozies Club, chapter by chapter for Raining Men and Corpses, the first book in the Raina Sun Mystery series by Anne R. Tan. I'm Di, and this is my audio-only reading vlog for this book. Today I will be reading chapters 13 through 16 and sharing my thoughts with you along the way. Due to the nature of this reading vlog, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't read these chapters yet, I suggest that you not listen to this recording until you have. If you would prefer to hear my general thoughts on this book in its entirety, keep an eye out for my Book One Cozies Club series First Impressions video, which will be posted sometime after the reading vlogs for this book have commenced. So, how is everybody doing this evening? I am dealing with a little bit of pain. If you've listened to another Book One Cozies Club of mine before, you know that this is something that I deal with on, I wouldn't say a regular basis, but I deal with it quite often. So yeah, it's kind of uncomfortable for me right now, but on the other hand, it's a good thing that we are reading an ebook, or at least I am reading an ebook, because that makes it a lot easier for me, not only to hold but to flip pages and such. I was looking at the cover of this book today, and I realized that Raina is on the cover at a wedding, so obviously I should have known that she was going to go through with going to Saul's sister's wedding just from the cover alone. The cover is a little misleading though, unless something else is going to happen that I am not anticipating, because there is a bloody knife on the cover of this book. At least on my copy there is. So I'm really interested to see how her outing with Saul's gonna go and see what happens there, if she's able to find some juicy information to blackmail him back with. And I'm also interested in seeing how her relationship with Matthew progresses. Not really progresses, but kind of moves past this awkward phase of them kind of not knowing how the other feels, but kind of knowing how the other feels. They have had some touching moments, but obviously it always gets interrupted. And yeah, hoping that we won't see Eden be very pushy about collecting information, and also hoping not to see Officer Hopper very much. I really am not enjoying her character. But yeah, so let me dive into chapter 13 right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 14 and was super entertained by the shopping excursion with Raina's grandma. She made some pretty hilarious comments about the dresses that she was pulling out to have Raina try on. Also, the description of her little get-up when they were going to spy on Saul was pretty funny as well. It's too bad that she got hurt doing that though. So we finally got to see Raina go to the wedding reception. Obviously there's something going on with Saul. Just curious about the whole statement that he made to Raina about the person that he cared about and the timing not being right with them. Also, where did he get the money to pay for his sister's wedding reception? I did want to kick him in the butt for telling his sister that he and Raina had been dating for a while, but it's not surprising to me that he did something like that. But yeah, obviously nothing murderous happened at the reception, so the cover of this book is rather deceiving, especially with the fact that Holden was poisoned instead of being stabbed. At least I believe that's as far as we know at this point. So yeah, just wanted to stop and share my thoughts on those last two chapters. I am going to dig into chapter 15 right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 16. Interesting turn of events there with Saul and Eden. I believe Raina is jumping to the wrong conclusion, though. With everything that Saul had said at the wedding about him, having feelings for someone else, and then we see him and Eden together the next morning. I just think that Eden is the person that Saul is kind of seeing. And it's not that Eden is using Saul for the story. If that is the case, that is a bit weird how aggressively Saul kept going after Raina. I mean, why would you do that when the person that you're actually interested in is the best friend of the person that you're trying to blackmail into going on a date with you? I don't know. That's just weird to me. Interesting conversation was had with Holden's sister. Obviously she has the wrong impression of Raina, and I'm kind of curious to know what the bartender meant about she would have been safer here where I could have kept an eye on her, or whatever he had said in regards to that. Sounds to me like the sister might also be in danger. But we can't forget that at the beginning of this book, Holden was kind of dragged off by a couple of people. So I'm wondering what that's all about. I'm also wondering if we're going to have a definitive answer about Raina and Matthew's relationship by the time this book is over. They keep bumping into each other, and while I find their moments to be very cute, it's kind of weird that they're having those moments and kind of talking shop at the same time, if you know what I mean. I don't know, it kind of kills the scene for me when things like that happen, but I'm still really enjoying their scenes together. I am enjoying this book, but Eden is still getting on my nerves, and not so much for her pushy attitude, but just the way she's handling things in general now. Like, what did she mean when she said that, she was just trying to help in regards to Matthew and that he's no good for her? I mean, to me, that's all fine and dandy if that's what she thinks, but you don't go and do things to, like, sabotage a relationship behind your so-called best friend's back, or even a friend's back. That's just not right to me. I don't know. Surely from the description of the attack at Holden's house, it does sound like it was Saul, based on the description of the body that she was fighting against. I wonder if she caught a glimpse of him, though. Is that how she figured out that it was Saul? Obviously, Raina did the right thing by calling Matthew and letting him know, but now he's going to be like, what were you doing at Holden's house? So yeah, I am still really enjoying this. I'm enjoying kind of the flow of the story, and I'm really looking forward to finding out more about where Saul got the money from, where Holden was siphoning money to, who this other lady, Holden's sister, was saying was stealing money off of him is. So yeah, looking forward to getting more pieces of the puzzle, I guess is what I should say. So that's all I've got to say about these chapters. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below, and I will be back with you tomorrow for chapters 17 through 20. I hope you're all having a great evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye!